right, let's see. Therapists near me. Oh, welcome to Underground Sports Talk. I'm Alex,
I'm Jordan.
and today is a dark, miserable kind of day. The Green Bay Packers have been knocked out of the playoffs. Not only were they knocked out of the playoffs, it was by the Bears. And not only did the Bears knock the Packers out of the playoffs, the Packers knocked the Packers out of the playoffs. The Packers secured a wild card playoff win, and then within the same game decided, nah, I don't want to win this game no more. And the Bears won. So in a Bears fashion, as we've kind of seen all year, but this was a crazy comeback that hey, I mean, they're gonna have something to at least clap back at whenever we're sharing those Perk Rogers videos. But you know, let's what just going into that, going right into it, just kind of recapping the game, the moments. What the heck happened, Jordan? Tell me.
You
know you got
know,
all the answers.
I do. I'll start that off with I was highly disappointing. Not we'd be disappointed as Packers fans if we lost the game because we were expecting to win. But it was a pretty evenly matched game when you look at it going into it. I think the Bears were only favored by 1.5. I think that's what kickoff was. We were in Chicago, so it was basically anybody's game. And, you come out with a loss, you're like, okay, well, we did good. Fought to the very end. No. We dominated that game. We dominated that game for the first half. We offensively and defensively. In the second half, the third quarter, we did good enough on defense to win the game. We didn't do anything on offense. And then in that fourth quarter, it finally broke. I I know people are gonna go into the off season and they're gonna talk about two things. We're already hearing it. Not that I can already hear it, but I am hearing things. But that's other stuff. We'll talk about that on a different show. But talking about Jordan Love couldn't get that drive at the end. That's bullshit. That drive at the end, we barely had any time left. Now he did miss. He did miss a throw. Let me give you that. But Jordan Love played a pretty good game, pretty solid game. When you tie the franchise record in touchdown passes in a playoff game, that's good. You shouldn't need to break the franchise record for touchdown passes in a game to win. I think that's the biggest thing. The other thing they're going to talk about is Matt LaFleur. I'd give him more heat for this, and we'll get into the blame beers. Blame beers. Oh, he shut down. But we'll get into those later. We'll get into those later. But I think Matt LaFleur deserves a lot of that blame. But I still think he's a great coach. I'm not looking for those rumors out there, the John Harbaugh and things like that. Come on. He's a great coach. He's shown some good things. He has a lot to prove in the playoffs. And we, as an organization, my Green Bay Packers, have a lot to prove in the playoffs. And that's why I bleed green and gold. But I have no Packer hat on, no Packer shirt on. It's just the green and gold in me today.
It's just the blood, huh?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Yeah, Jordan Love had himself, I'd say, a great game. Outstanding, almost. He had over 300 yards in passing. How many touchdowns? Like 3 touchdown passes.
Or
4 touchdown passes. Oh yeah, because then we missed that extra point.
yeah.
So that put us at 27 points. Brandon McManus wet the bed for us.
Again.
Just gotta, hey, there's a report though that we did. We're bringing back Haversick. He's gonna be coming back, and I'm sure there's gonna be. It shouldn't even be a battle. I don't know if it'll get that far, but if they haven't made a decision by training camp, there's gonna be, there's gonna be a competition on who's gonna be our kicker.
One note on that. Fuck that. That's bullshit. I don't want to see I want to see either of them there. Even though Haversack he was good. We have gone way too many years with bad kicking that have cost us many playoff games.
How is Haversick a bad kicker?
He is not a top kicker in the league. I need the Packers to either go out and trade for a kicker. I don't care.
When he plays, he's a top kicker in the league.
Who?
Haversick.
No. Pull up the stats. He had a great stretch, but he's not a top kicker. He got beat out by McManus this year, which is ridiculous. Now we don't know
because of our doofus of a special teams coordinator, Rick Bisaccia,
supposed to be
also needs to be fired.
I agree.
Lucas Haversick had 100% field goal percentage.
That's incorrect. That's fake news.
Well, what is it?
Where did you find that?
What's the real news? He's missed 2 extra points.
I'm just saying, in my opinion, I want them to get some talent in that room. Whether it's trading
61-yarder franchise record.
Yeah, no, that was beautiful. And for this year, I wish they would have kept him in. We both talked about that before. But not that I don't want them to bring him to camp. There has to be a kicker that could be drafted. Go after one of the top kickers. Somebody. There has to be. McManus definitely does not deserve to come back to even have a chance to compete. And I want to see them bring in somebody. If not, make a trade for a top 5 kicker. You know what I mean? Go and at least get somebody in the draft.
Haversick's 100% on field goals. The only thing where we might have a bad taste in our mouth is he went 1 for 3 against the Giants in extra points.
That's what it was. I know he missed some shit.
Yeah. So that looks bad when it's an extra point. 2 of them, but I don't know. At least they're showing that they're doing something. It's not like just McMahon. Already, as of today, 2 days after the game, Haversick's going to be coming back next year. As of right now, and it's not just McManus on the roster. I think that's a good sign. But you're right. I mean, either way, McManus was great. He was kind of a savior for us from Carlson when he came in.
Other bad kicking, yeah.
And he did fine. I don't know what it is though. This year it seems like a lot of stuff has come down to kickers, and the kickers have not been clutch.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, what?
So I don't even like games coming down to the kicker.
No, it should. Yeah, you're right. It shouldn't come down to it. We'll talk more about the kickers when we get into talking about where we're going from here. But yeah, I agree with you 110%. These games, we that's for sure 4 points that should be on the scoreboard. How much did we lose by?
4 points.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
So it
yeah,
should
no,
have been at
7
least tied.
points. I mean, McMahon's hit from like 65 pregame.
Yeah,
And
he had
then
54 before he got iced.
yeah. So then when it's time to do it, he misses. And yeah, 7 points, 2 missed field goals that are, makeable, and an extra point. Yeah, that's us winning right there. That is the difference between us winning.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, it's true. It shouldn't come down to it, but it never really did come down to it. He had those. It was chances where there wasn't much pressure on him.
Yeah.
I get it when there's a lot of pressure, and you fuck up here because there's a lot of pressure, and it makes it harder. It does. But those were,
Non-pressure.
playoffs is always crucial, but those are low intensity kind of field goals where the crowd's not as loud as those coming down to the kicker moments, and the moment's not as big, the spotlight's not as big. You got to make those,
Yeah. That the one that had the most out of the 3 misses he had, the one that had the most because the 2 field goals we're up by quite a bit, multiple scores, and the only one that, and it wasn't, we're still up by multiple scores because it was 27-16 when he missed that extra point. So there should have never, honestly, there was no pressure outside of just being a playoff game. There's not that. And if he hit, even if he doesn't hit the 54, that's a long field goal in Chicago. Okay, I got you. Chicago's one of the worst places to kick. I get it. But you make the other 2, and when we're going down, he has a chance for a game-winning field goal. If he's able to do that, he cements himself for at least another year as our kicker, no matter what happens the rest of the playoffs. But instead, we're out of the playoffs. Everybody else has a lot of pressure. Yeah, special teams, no.
Yeah.
If they bring him back, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, and the other thing is our the coordinator.
Yeah.
I don't think you really. I mean, I guess you can, but I don't really see much of how it makes sense of blaming the coordinator too much on missed field goals. Unless they're getting blocked. Yeah.
Right.
But just that, plus the fact that we never really seem to get many yards on kick returns, punt returns. Like, that has not been a thing since maybe Randall Cobb. And that's something that's huge for other teams, setting them up good where they're not having to do freaking, 80-yard drives.
Yeah. Well, and even in this game, we have the best punter in the league, right? Stats wise, he was the best punter in the league with his net, and he had some great punts in this game. But what happened? Blown coverages. They're getting 20-yard. What was the one? It was like 20 or so yard return on a kickoff or on a punt. These are things that it just doesn't seem the discipline is there. And we can go back into the season and the other Bears game and missed opportunities on onside kicks, things that are, I don't know. Yeah, sometimes you're like, yeah, we can't blame the coordinator for this, but it's been too long. There's been too many of these plays, and it's just it can't happen. You can't. Your special teams, the one thing they can't do is get you beat. That's the one thing. They don't have to win games, just can't get you beat.
So, leaving the special teams, We go into the second half as offense and punt what 3 times in a row.
Yeah. Yep, we had what, one first down, I think, on the second or third drive. We had a
What is
we had a
that? No
touchdown.
time management, really, either. It's crazy. I think it was the drive that Golden got the touchdown, but I was like, Jordan Love, you gotta do what Rodgers used to do. Turn off your headset and just go play ball, bro. Like fuck it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and he definitely heard me because that's when Golden got that touchdown. But yeah, I mean that was great to see. You know, we wet the
Take
bed.
them out.
Golden gets a touchdown. Grandma was free. But then our defense couldn't hold them. That we just completely fell apart. And I said it at half too. I was like, no way we lose this unless it's a total collapse, total
Yeah.
team collapse. And that's what happens. it's oh man, I don't know. I almost would rather not have made the playoffs than go in there and do some crap like that to the Bears. But at the same time, yeah, I'm glad we made the playoffs.
Yeah. One more game to watch, more experiences. But yeah, look, so this is the start of the third quarter. J Love steps back and pass incomplete, short left. Josh Jacobs rush left, -2 yards. And then third down, Jordan Love steps back, pass incomplete, short, middle to Josh Jacobs. That's that drive. So okay, like that's fine. The Bears drive, which they were able to move the ball on our defense, but we did stop them a lot and hold them to field goals or or not field goals, fourth downs,
Yeah.
in scoring range where they decided to go for it. But then, okay, so all right, well, we came out, we had the opportunity. That's your opportunity. The game is out of hand if you do that. If you go down and you score a touchdown at half, now you're up 28-3, and you've taken that amount of time off. Now you basically put the game out of hand at that point. But we couldn't do that. So, and then we let them score. So now coming back, this is another very important possession, and this is what we do. Josh Jacobs rush left, 1 yard. J Love pass short left, complete to Christian Watson for 7 yards, pushed out of bounds. Okay, so now it's 3rd and 2, right? 3rd and 2. J Love steps back, incomplete on 3rd and 2.
Give
We
it to
can't.
Josh Jacobs on 3rd and 2.
Yeah,
That's why you rested him for so long.
yeah. That run game looked like trash. The second half of the season, honestly, and I don't know if it's the health of our line, which that has something to do with it. And we know next year we're gonna have Jenkins back. We're gonna have Tom back. You know, that's 2 Pro Bowl, 2 All-Pro linemen. That's our 2 best linemen outside Rasheed Walker, who, you know what, shout out him. He had a great season. He had a great season.
Yeah. Stayed healthy.
Yep. But yeah, those 2 drives after that, you know, we did get a first down on the next drive, but it's those 2 drives that after that, and we knew, me and you knew while we're watching this game, we're like, nah, this is happening again. It's happening again. We have the best first half team of the last, I think they said 7 years, that has played, you know, as far as the first half, the point differential, and we stayed true to that. Definitely stayed true to that. But you know who was the best second half team? The Bears, and they
You know
stayed
where
true
the
to that.
game ends in the second half.
Yeah, wish it ended in the first half. I really wish that.
Yeah, we would have won.
Every game.
Yeah, man. That's you know, Packers Bears. Yeah, shout out to the Bears fans. I ain't mad at you. I know you Bear fans have a lot of problems in life itself, and hopefully this helps you get through that. So you know, I know that there's a lot of people who have stuff going on and things like that, and that, you know, that's something you need, you know. I'm glad. I'm happy for you. What I'm not happy about is the Packers shooting themselves in the foot.
That's that's kind of the funny thing about it though. If the Packers win this game and we lose the next game, it still was not a good season for us. The Bears, I don't even know if they had to win this game for it to be a good season, but they won this game. No matter what happens in the playoffs, I feel like the team, and this probably will help them. The team's gonna feel a lot lighter. You know what I mean? Like, what worst case, we won the division. We beat our division rival in the first round of the playoffs, who's supposed to be the Super Bowl favorite. Like, come on, that was a great season by the Bears.
Here's the thing: the Bears themselves, the team, look right now just as dumb as the fans do. Because here's the thing: 2 days later, all the fans are talking about still Packer Bear game.
Yeah.
You have a game coming up on Sunday against the Rams. Haven't heard a peep about it. Not at all.
That's
Ben
true.
Johnson still talking about the Packers in interviews.
I hate the Packers.
What are you doing on Sunday? I will put my entire paycheck that the Rams are going to beat the Chicago Bears. And I'll tell you why. It's because the Bears are too busy thinking about the Packers still after they beat them. They're too busy thinking about the Packers still. They feel content, complacent, like you said. They're fine. They won their Super Bowl. So give me the Rams, 100%. Not because I'm trying to be a hater, but because I was like, man, I wish the Bears team was as stupid as the fans are. They're not even looking forward to the next game. They're still talking about the Packer Bear game. And next thing you know, Ben Johnson's still talking about that game today. Let's go. I hate that team. Okay. Congratulations. Every good coach you see, it's like, okay, are we going to talk about the game coming up? That's what I'm thinking about right now. It's not that with Ben Johnson. It's still that. So, hey, whatever type of, I guess that's what the Bears hired him for. They want to build that culture, fuck the Packers, this and that. Like, that's cool, I guess. But I know the fans are too high off that win to realize it themselves. But if I was a Bears fan, I'd be kind of worried about that. That's still a topic of discussion 2 days later when you have a matchup set.
Yeah. You see the great. I feel like the great coaches in any sport, they I think you celebrate your wins. You gotta celebrate your wins. You know what? And one coach, obviously, I'm a Heat fan, but he always in the playoffs, he'll be like, yeah, we're gonna tonight we're gonna enjoy this win, and then tomorrow's back to work.
Yeah,
So,
I feel like I hear that from all the great coaches.
right?
Yeah, tonight soak it in because tomorrow we're back to work.
The job's not done. The job was not done at the Packers. They're Bear fans, Bear peoples.
And this is us just trying to give you a warning. Like, we're being nice. But hey, that's been my comeback online. It's just like I'll still see people share shit like right now. Like bro, that was 2 days ago. You gotta lock in, bro. It's just like don't say anything.
We're like the hot girlfriend they broke up with, but then they're still thinking about it.
Like bro, you literally have a girlfriend.
Like, yeah, but I broke up with you.
yeah, see? Yeah. So
I don't care. I broke up with you.
How are those apples? Yeah. So that's my thought on it. And shout out to Chicago and their fans for having a great win. I know you guys needed it. I know I couldn't imagine going all those years with all those losses, not even making the playoffs. You got yourself a win. I just feel like I have an easy moneymaker pick coming into the division round, and that's the Rams.
Well, this is what we're doing for you, Bears fans. Shout out to you guys. You guys beat us. You guys won. You guys deserved that win. We did not deserve that win the way we played in the second half. But we're trying to give you guys some advice. So I know you guys haven't been here a playoff win since I think it was back when Jay Cutler was on the team. The last time you guys had a playoff win. So you guys haven't been here. Maybe your grandparents were, saw a Bears playoff win. But what you do is, here's what you do. Once the team wins the game, you guys celebrate. And then you think about the next team. You see what's going on.
The Bears fans are literally, they're literally trying to make up for all these years that we've dominated them. I think is what's going on. Within, like, bro, I'm trying to make up for all these years. It's only been 2 days. Come on, man. Let me keep going. Come on, let's go. Yeah, go Bears. Like, bro, you have a game coming up. No,
I know.
We want some more.
You guys are still in the playoffs. I know you're not used to that. You are still in the playoffs. Alert. You guys are still in the playoffs.
Like, no, we guys knocked you out. We made you not eligible for the playoffs. Like, no, you're in the playoffs. Like, no, like, no playoffs for you, Packers.
Packers suck. Cheese grater hats. I bet there'll still be I bet you we still see some in the stadium on when do they play? They play Saturday?
I guarantee it, bro. I guarantee you got cheese grater hats when they're playing the Rams.
You wouldn't see nothing like that with the Packers. Because you know what would have happened after we won? We've been like, yeah, you guys still little brother. All right, now it's on to the Rams. We got a Lombardi trophy to bring home.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and that's kind of how the rivalry feels now, though. Like when your little brother gets old enough to actually compete with you, and you're like, all right, cool, I like this now. Now I can actually play. Like for all these years, for what, over a decade, it's felt like we're just picking on the kid brother, like whatever, not too impressive, whatever. And then now, yeah, they're getting good. They can play some games, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun in the future. I'm excited for it. But hey,
our little brother just got his first pubic hair, and now we got to teach him who the real man in the house is. So
exactly,
that's for next year, though,
congratulations.
unfortunately.
Yeah, because when brother hits puberty, he has like a week of like, hey, I'm the motherfucker, man. The next thing you know, it's like, still not, bro.
Still not.
No. Hey, so what do you want to do? You want to do some blame beers? I feel like the whole thing was blame beers. I feel like that's what we did.
Yeah, we did a lot, but we got to dish them out. We got to dish them out. There's 5 that need to be handed out, so we need to do the blame beers. And what you want to start it, or you want me to start it?
I'm gonna start it. All right. First blame beer is gonna be a chug review because the Packers lost. And
which one is it?
This is I never had this before. It's called Cayman Jack. Well, I haven't had Cayman Jack before, but
Sunrise.
Mexican Sunrise. So I'm guessing that's another word for tequila sunrise. Another thing here. So I'm gonna do a chug review, and I'm gonna give myself the first blame beer as a fan.
That's
fair. A fan.
Fans
because I feel like I've seen it coming. I've seen the possibility of us still being able to lose. We talked about it at half, but I got too excited. That's how this rivalry is going to be from now on. we can't get too content at halftime. As a fan, I did that, which allowed the team to do that, I feel. So if I would have stayed locked in, the team would have locked in.
That's
I'm
true.
gonna give myself a blame beer.
We
You know?
we know that the fans, especially Packers fans, have a lot to do with the win. So
Exactly. And it hurts more. Maybe they were cheering less at Soldier Field too, because they felt bad for the Bears, like we're used to doing. And then, it had a lot to do with it. Hey, so as a fan, I'm gonna take some credit. And I punished myself way worse than this, as everyone has seen, with the Malort, with the Everclear. I'm giving myself a blame beer. That's punishment enough. And I'm going to just do a review that's going to be a little easier, but I'm going to chug the thing. So here we are. Cayman Jack, Mexican Sunrise, premium malt beverage with natural flavors and colors that'll make you weird. Made with organic juice and agave nectar. Hey, ready to drink. So I'm glad it's ready to drink, because what it says. These things here have a little bit more than a beer, at where they have like 4% alcohol. This has 5.8. So maybe this could be a Super Bowl drink. I'll let you know what I think. Is it just me, or do all Cayman Jacks taste like Tootsie Rolls?
you have something wrong with you. They do not.
They have like Tootsie Roll aftertaste. Comment below if you feel like Cayman Jacks have a Tootsie Roll aftertaste. All right.
You have COVID.
I've had it. I heard that changes your taste forever. Honestly, it doesn't taste. It has a little bit of an orangey taste, a little bit. But I feel like all Cayman Jacks kind of taste the same. Do you agree with that?
No. There's some. Well, because you got. All right. The flavors are similar in the packs. So, but you have different packs. You know what I mean? Like you have the heat pack or whatever, where it has like all the spicy ones. Those ones are a lot different. That's my favorite. But yeah.
Yeah,
I don't really.
Is the
I don't like that.
adventure pack.
I don't like that pack. That's not my favorite because I don't like the Mexican Sunrise.
All right. Well,
More of a
either way, if you like Cayman Jacks, you're gonna like this, the new adventure pack. Try it out for the Super Bowl. I'm gonna chug the whole thing. I'm gonna pour it in a glass though. I feel like it's easier to chug that way, and you get to see.
Yeah, looks like a beer.
It does. It looks just like a beer. Carbonated, gonna be a tough one. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Woo! Still tastes like Cayman Jack. I'm just glad that I didn't have to do Everclear Malort anymore.
Should mix that with a shot of Everclear and Malort.
Nope, not doing it. Packers punished me enough. I don't need that in my life right now. All right. So now we only have to do 4 blame beers. Let's do it. I'll let you start.
I got your logic there. That was good. Let's I'll take the easy one first, and I'm gonna go with not automated madness. So our kicker, we talked about it a lot. It deserves a blame beer. Honestly, it could go to the whole special teams, but obviously he was the head of the snake there. And some of that punt coverage was bad, but I'm gonna give it to him, and he is out of here. All right,
out of here. Get over here. All right, my blame beer is. I don't like it as much as most people do, but I am going to give Matt LaFleur a blame beer. I felt you got to be more ready in the second half. I felt for so long, man, that Matt LaFleur's kind of coaches, not soft, but he's a little too complacent. I'm gonna use that word a lot because that's just really how I feel, bro. Like when we're doing good on defense, our offense seems to just shut down. So it's all right. Our defense will do everything, you know. And when we're doing the good on offense, hence the Cowboys game, our defense seems to shut down. And that, yeah, I know we had defensive coordinator too, but that is a reflection of the head coach. We're supposed to keep the gas on the all gas, no brakes. You know, we're supposed to keep the foot on the pedal, and we let off. It's obvious we let off. I know that it's easy to say that all gas, no brakes. You say it, sounds good, but you don't do it. You let the foot off the pedal a little bit, and you end up choking the game away.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that one. I think that's a great take there, Alex. So
Thanks.
That's I don't really.
Hey man, Jack chug, but it's real.
Yeah. Yeah, that's I got I'm gonna save that for the other video a lot about Matt LaFleur and what I think we need to do with the coaching staff there.
It's a whole video.
There's a whole video. Yeah, check it out. But so the other blame beer that I'm gonna give is going to be a unit.
Okay.
And that's gonna be the run game. What
Ooh.
the hell happened to our run game over the final, end of the season? I know Jacobs was hurt, but we rested him. I know our line is hurt, so I guess I'm giving ourselves the excuse right there. But we can't. We're up 21-3 at half, and we can't run the ball in the second half. You kidding me? We've been running that defense around all game. That defense is tired, and we can't run the ball. We can't get positive yards. It's not even that we can't run the ball. We're getting, negative yards. And I don't even know what the stats were for him. I just know what the eye test. You got the stats up on him? What did
For Jacobs? No.
I got it right here. Yeah, so
Right.
19 carries for 55 yards, 2.9 yards a carry. What is that? That's trash.
Yeah.
And
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah. And you know what? He had a fumble too. That could have blew this game. Could have blew the lead earlier, I guess. But we ended up getting
on the kick return.
Yeah, he looked good on the kick return though. That was a good
I
kick
didn't mind
return.
that change up there. Except for that part.
Yeah. But yeah, that's who. So I'm gonna give the third blame beer to. Who you got for the final one?
Final one, I have Rich Bisaccia. All right. So Rich Bisaccia.
Who was that?
That was sorry. That was George Lopez. My bad. But yeah, Rich, come on. Yeah, get the hell out of here. I don't know. I feel like our special teams has been on paper worse than what I feel. I feel like we've been just average, just bland and average. On paper, it's probably way worse than that. And I know it is. I just don't know the exact stats. But if you look at it, our return game has never been explosive. I feel like I can't even remember when we had a kick or a punt return go past the 50-yard line. I'm sure it's happened this season, maybe once or twice, but I cannot remember. And that, more than field goals, is a reflection of our special teams coordinator. Because you're setting up blocking schemes. You're getting the right guy out there returning it. Thankfully, there hasn't been as many fumbles on kick returns as there have been in the past, but we seem very average. Our kick returns, our punt returns are very average. Our kickers are average at best. since Mason Crosby. And luckily, we got a good punter.
Best punter in the league, by the way.
Best punter in the league. But,
Shout out Wheeling.
you know, other than that, we need special teams to be a factor if we want to be a Super Bowl team. Because that's what the ultimate goal is, right? It's not just to beat the Bears. You know, the Bears should have been a win. But some of these other teams, we might not have had a chance because we play one half of football on offense, one half of football on defense. But again, Rich, I would like to see a better special teams coordinator, and they're dialing up some better kick returns and punt returns, setting us up in better positions.
Yeah.
I feel like every team we watch has better kick and punt returns than us. Every team.
Yeah. No, I agree. Every team we play against. So
Yeah.
every team we go against, they have the
and there you go. That speaks on him too.
Mm-hmm.
Because our
Coverage
kicking unit, our coverage unit, yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. No, I agree. I think those were some much needed. There's other people that, when you blow a 20 you love that. When you blow a 21-3 lead, there's a lot of people that deserve blame for that. But those are probably the biggest culprits. I do want to shout out a unit though for how well they played. Because I think even in the end, they were playing well, and our quarterback missed them. And that is the receiving core. We have Romeo Dobbs, 8 catches, 124 yards, TD. You got Matthew Golden, 4 catches, 84 yards. That's the guy you're looking for. He needs to get the hell out of here. Thanks.
I like George Lopez. Not him though.
Yeah, Matthew Golden, 84 yards of TD. You got Reed, who had a 14-yard carry and then 43 yards and a TD catching. And then Christian Watson, who should have had 2 touchdowns, the game-winning touchdown, but he had 3 catches, 36 yards, and a touchdown. All 4 of them had touchdowns, and obviously there was some more plays missed there at the end of the game where their numbers, just imagine if Love would have hit that touchdown to Watson at the end there.
Yeah, it was a little high.
That was like a 30, 40-yard touchdown right there. So then he would be up, about 70 yards and 2 TDs. And Jordan Love would be sitting here with the win and with the record for most touchdown passes by a Green Bay quarterback in the playoffs.
Ooh. See, I love me some Love. Yeah, he had a great game. Don't get me wrong. There's a reason he didn't get a blame here, obviously, even though when there's a loss, usually the quarterback gets blamed. But I think if he wants to lock in this offseason and work on something, I think it's pumping in some artificial crowd noise. Give him a minute, not like a 2-minute drill, like a minute drill.
30 seconds.
From a 30. Put together some drives. Get that pressure on you. Feel the pressure. Learn how to play in that pressure. Learn how to lock in, zone in, and focus on the play like you did earlier in the game. And get those game-winning drives. Haven't seen much late game-winning drives from Jordan Love. If that's something that there's anything he works on this offseason in addition to what he's already doing, I think it's that, Jordan Love.
Yep, I agree. I think that's huge. I think you're right. And I think that's where we failed this year and why. And that's a big factor of why we're playing this game in Chicago instead of in Green Bay.
Yeah.
And we win this game 100% if it's in Green Bay.
Yeah. And we are better at home with him, as we should be. It's really stupid when you see like home records worse than away, but we are worse away. I feel like crowd noise does affect him. Unfortunately, I feel like it does. I feel like pressure still does a little bit when everything's on the line, but it's a good thing. It's because you know he cares. If you care, it's gonna you're gonna feel the pressure. Got to find a way to not let it affect you. Got to find a way to zone in, lock out all the noise, lock out the pressure, and in a way, don't care for a little bit. Play ball, stay loose like you've been, and don't get away from it.
I I think I'm gonna push back on what you said there a little bit, and I don't know if it's you think the same way, but I want to see more. I want to see him care more in those moments. I like the nonchalant, like you know, like I was saying, like we're watching him on the sideline. He's bored, looks bored. I know he's not. I know he's not. But I want to see him running over a linebacker, fired up Jordan Love at the end of the games when they're going down. You know, you remember
Mhm.
Rodgers with the all the weird things he would do do when he's scoring touchdowns at the end of games or when they're taking, it's a big play and things like that. That's what I want to see more. I want to see more fire. I think he needs to bring that out. I think that's part of the leadership of getting your team fired up. And if he's showing a little more fire, maybe that pumps up the defense a little bit. Maybe that pumps up the offensive line for the next possession a little bit. Those things where because it is an emotional game, especially, football is probably out of any sport the most emotional game. Keeping those emotions in check, but also not keeping them too in check, where you're kind of just laid back and whatever happens happens. And he kind of has that attitude. I know he wants to win. We've heard him talk about it plenty of times, but sometimes your team needs to feel it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. So just kind of wearing it and um, you know, let it let it be known. But hey, that is Packers Bears wild card recap. Obviously, the last game recap for the season. This is Underground Sports Talk. As always,
Go Pack, go!
go Pack, go.